We're gonna need a bigger boat. Alright? How you doing? I've decided to venture outside. Ooh, the town is flooding. You went to pick Inky up from work, didn't you, Mum?
Yeah.
I remember Mum taking the dog out for a sheep.
Flooding badly all over.
And check that out. That's not supposed to have water in it. That's that area that Charlie was walking around in. Oh yeah, so this is what it's supposed to look like. Because Charlie was walking around in the other day. That's what it's supposed to look like. We've seen video clips. The entire front of like the part of the town right on the east coast.
It's flooded.
Yeah, that's all underwater, which is part of the course, to be fair.
That's deep.
Jesus piss! Look at that.
Oh my god, that is deep.
Ooh, hang on. Oh wow. Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, no thank you. Charlie, mate, your favourite place is gone. That's deep.
That's deep because you can see it because it's come inside the walls.
But
You can see how deep inside the wall it is.
just want to. So, the beach is flooded, obviously. Lings Honda and that usually flood, don't it? Because I assume last time we had a big flood in town, where the floods are on a map.
Lings will be flooded.
Yeah, so that'll be Lings Honda is the estate, the industrial estate, business estate down by where Asda is. So Zebra will know where that is. It's not too far away from here in the grand scheme, is it?
Bottom where you live, the Flying Dutchman's been flooded.
Yeah, so the pub around by the bottom of the road where I live there was a video, weren't there, of people literally surfing their cars around the bend past the pub. Dunelm, is it Dunelm? The furniture store down by Asda. The roof is just pouring water. Last time we had a heavy rain, or reasonably heavy rain, that didn't cause half of this, Nat West was underwater.
Yeah. They got water coming in anyway.
Yep.
The roundabout down by the old Frank, just up the road from here, that's all underwater. Even our road where we live
Yeah,
is
it's
underwater.
It's gone pretty bad.
Yeah, all down Long Road and everything is
Dixon
all
Drive,
underwater.
and Dixon Drive is a hill, and
Yeah,
that's underwater.
That's underwater down at the bottom.
The drains are so overwhelmed that the drain covers are actually lifting up.
And we're not got to see what the rest of the park is like for the looks of things.
Yeah.
But the spaniel is trying not to go too far because it starts to rain again.
He won't get back in any car.
He is, he's trying to come round by the trees and that, so he's not.
You don't want to get wet.
Yeah. Come on, Span.
Tennis courts full of water. Oh my god! The park! Now, do you know what's really bad? Do you remember that roundabout they used to have on that park that was just like there-ish, the one that used to sit above ground? They stupidly put one that was buried, like that one there. They buried one so that kids can get on it, but every time we had a reasonable rain, it would fill with water, so you couldn't spin it anymore. Look what's happened to the park. Look at what has happened to... It's just more of the ducks come out of the pond. And they're rocking around on the play park. Wow, the boat lake's flooded too. There's that little piece there with ducks on it, it's a boating lake. And it's... Ooh. Hey! Like I say, we're going to need a bigger boat. It's a sad day for mini golf fans to wow, hang on, actually. So, because I don't know how many people can understand like how tall this is as a point of reference. So I'm now heading over to there. Look at that bin. Wow, look at that bin. Jesus, hang on. Underwater, up to the word litter. That one's gone beyond that. Jesus. Good times. Burke dog. He's gone wading. That is pretty deep. Come on, Nanny.
I have to go through there. Oh, Charlie.
What, Nanny? We're going for a walk, Nanny. Come with me. Oh, I've just gone stepped in I'm starting to sink.
Are you coming out?
That is quite.
This lad, you really want to go through there because this lad came through on a pipe.
This is GoPro weather.
Oh, for God's sake, he's no going over the bloody.
The golf course.
Oh, no.
That's the crazy golf course, isn't it?
Oh, Charlie, come on, now
Careful, mate, you're gonna get a wet bum. He's like, hang on a minute. What's going on in my park? He's like, I am so brave, Nanny. Well, you ain't gonna. There's no way you can go. Look.
we're going to get wet no matter where we go.
I've just found a nice point of reference actually for how much water's in the park. The old kids' play park. Right, so I'll stand next to this bin here. Right, go down. Down. Right, there's my knee. There's the litter that was underwater. Down to the ground. So, you know, reasonable amount. Had easily come up past my ankles. Or just about. It's at the top of my boots, that is. Definitely need a bigger boat. Really need a bigger boat. Been saying, Mum, I'd, for a laugh, I'd like put a boat around there. You know, it's got nowhere to go. But we'll wait and see. Let it flood, and then off we go. Oh man, this happens every year, and like people are always surprised by it, especially those poor bastards that live on the seafront. Yeah, mate, I've just got a great new flat, basement level, down on the beach. Have you? Oh, it's probably not a good idea. That I remember my mate Jay used to live in one of those years ago. We had a nice flood. I think we caught that one in the vlogs. I took some photos whilst I was down there, and yeah, let's just say his apartment was underwater. It's great. Well, not for him, but should have learned by now. Every year without fail, this town floods. Sometimes a lot worse than this, but never mind. Cool. I've had one of the orange ones. How about no? What about me? What about me? You're not having it. It's gone off in a grump. Awesome. The rain just kept on coming and coming and coming. As I said earlier, there were some really interesting videos of people trying to drive. But this, I guess one of the cool things about people having phones or cameras on them, the amount of different shots that were put up on social media of the town. Now, I weren't on any of the platforms that were getting these pictures, but like Inky and Mum were showing me, and like views from up high of cars literally up to their bonnets, just fucking the drivers flooring it, and as they call it cornering, the car is just kind of disappearing or partway disappearing. Over the water's going over the bumper. It's that deep. The cars like just turning into little boats. That drain covers, the water was just pouring up and out with so much force that it was lifting drain covers from the centre of the road, and there were people warning other people not to drive and to be careful when they were going down certain areas because the drains just couldn't handle it. So I do worry about some of the people who live down like Watload Roadway and that look down by Birdseye and along the beach and that, because as I say, a few of my friends had apartments down there, and I've had family members have apartments and that down there, and some of them are below ground. I've got friends up the kind of beach end of town, and one of my friends used to live an acquaintance of mine used to live in a basement of a house. And that was a fair bit away back from the beach, so would have likely been okay. But just imagine that filling up with water and your livelihood was in there. So, I was just like, wow. What are you doing there? There's a little one of you in the bathroom. Be gone, sluggy. Shut up. Yeah, it's been weird. I didn't really feel like vlogging a lot of it because we were just sat watching the rain from the window. You could just see it, watch it just pour down the wall, just pouring down, and then it stopped for a little bit. And it poured down. If you sat at the front, you just watch it gushing down the road. Just kind of relaxing in a chaotic kind of way. Knowing that it's causing a lot of people a lot of trouble, but it's really quite relaxing. So, the boys have just hung out all day, bless them, playing video games, watching the Netflix. They're still watching, like, they're going between, like, upstairs and downstairs, where they're watching, which is funny, now that they've got Netflix in their bedrooms, they're still deciding to come downstairs and watch. And I've took the dog out for a few more walks, gone swimming with the dog, not literally, but it almost feels like it, and dicking around with the bass, with the Warlock. Wow. I'm not going to say bass is easy, but it's definitely easier. And well, if you play a game like Rocksmith, we'll use Rocksmith as an example to say how easy it is to play to play some of these instruments. That would be like the gauge, like how difficult is it to get from what 1% on this song with this instrument to the same percentage with this other instrument. Like first or second try, in a lot of songs you're usually up to about 40% on bass. Or in one case I did a Def Leppard song and was up to like 95 first try. And I would be nowhere near that on guitar. Nowhere near. I'd have actually had to have known the song beforehand and been well practiced to hit that kind of level on 6-string. So, but it's fucking fun. It's so fun. And depending on the kind of music you want to play, sometimes it's like really easy because there's, the bass is just kind of like it's just a rhythm piece, and other times the bass is really far forwards, like reggae and stuff. You've really got to get in there. It's really, really, really fun. I never gave bass quite as much credit, and it's actually quite a nice sound too. I'm quite enjoying it. I'm really quite enjoying it. I'm glad I've picked it up. I plan to continue with bass and 6-string, but I think I am definitely going to have a style change. Or play things a lot slower. If anyone's heard As an example of speed change, Stormtroopers of Death, March of the SOD, and Sergeant D and the SOD, a two-song combo. They run one track into the other. The Stormtroopers of Death version is obviously that's the original version, and then there have been a few other covers. My favourites being by Entombed, and then there's a slower version by Life of Agony. I wouldn't be able to play. I wouldn't be able to move my wrist and fingers fast enough to play full speed those. But I could probably keep up with the Life of Agony version. Maybe. Also, finding that I prefer finger style on bass to picked. Because I don't have to worry about my wrist, do I? I don't have to worry about my wrist seizing up or anything. It's just literally a case of wiggling a couple of fingers and I've got the speed there. So, it's fun. It's fun. Watching water, wishing I had a boat, thinking I might need a boat. Playing bass, hanging out with my spuds. Good times. I'm gonna head off. Hope you are. I'll see you over the luck tomorrow. I hope no one had any serious trouble locally with the rain. I'm sure someone has, but I hope it's not as bad as it's been in previous years.